Makeup facelift live. Come join me for a makeup facelift live. So my last live, you kindly asked me to teach you some more makeup tricks. My name is Katie. I'm a professional makeup artist if you haven't met me before. I'm also founder of Beauty and the Boutique, which is an online beauty store where I handpick all my favorite beauty products. So in this Makeup Facelift Live, I'm going to be teaching you how to give yourself a makeover using potentially the makeup you already own at home, but also using some incredible products that I have here as a makeup artist that I feel will really give you that lift to whatever you might want lifting. So follow along. I'm going to share some amazing tips that I hope will help you with your makeup, and I hope to make it really, really easy. As a makeup artist, I want to make makeup really easy and accessible, so where possible I will teach you using fingers, because everyone, I hope, has their fingers and can just follow along using their fingers. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is draw a line down my face so we can really show the before and after of this makeup facelift, which is amazing. So, okay, let's start off by drawing a line down my face so you can really see the before and after. And remember, if you want to learn about any of the products that I'm using in this live, that looks crazy, that I'm using in this live, then you can find the links below. I will list everything in order. There is one link and you can see everything I'm using. But follow along because the tips, regardless, will really help. So I want to show you a way to wear a concealer that will give you a lift to your face. And this is a great way of using concealer in a way that doesn't give you a full kind of foundation effect, but it lifts the areas that you want to lift. So these tips are great for people that don't want a full face of foundation. So I have moisturized my face. Now, first thing we're going to do is cover under eye, because I think most of us have dark circles, perhaps not quite as dark as mine, but I've got a good canvas to show you. So the first thing we're going to do is just focus concealer around the dark patches, because I'm teaching you a way to use your products that look natural. So we don't really need too much concealer around here, because most of the darkness is always around the inner corner of our eye. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use this finger here. This is the perfect finger for blending concealer, foundation, and the reason being it has a really light touch, much lighter than the other fingers that tap on your face. You can test it out now, making this ring finger perfect for makeup application. So you're going to pat and press the product in. When you pat and press a product in, you'll get much more control, and you'll also make the product last longer and give you slightly more coverage. So once you start wiping, like I might want to blend, then you'll wipe and feather, and that will shear out a product. But when you want that product to give you coverage, you're going to pat and press that product in, and it will just start blending itself. So again, if you want to see what I'm using, then the links are below. Okay, so press in. Now I like to use maybe 2 layers, and then I'll go back at the end of my makeup and maybe top up. So you can see I've just used it on the inner corner, haven't used it anywhere else. Now some of us have redness on our cheeks, and that I like a little bit of redness. I think it makes the skin look quite healthy and glowy, but I understand that some of us don't want redness. So to get rid of that redness, we're going to use our concealer like I call it kitten kiss. So for that, you're going to draw little whiskers with your concealer, and then you're just going to pat, and that's going to take down any redness. And what this is going to do, the way I'm showing you how to use your concealer, is in such a way that's actually going to give you a full coverage like look of foundation, but without covering your whole face. Perfect for people that don't like the feel of foundation. Around the nostrils, we get redness. And all these areas that I'm showing you how to give coverage is what is going to give you that makeup facelift. okay? Then around the corners of our mouth, just here, and then center of the chin, pat. And you'll notice that I'm teaching you to perfect really the kind of central, you know, really where the eye goes on the face, because around the edges, we don't really need to do too much there. You can feather out if you'd need a bit more coverage, but mostly if you perfect around kind of middle of the forehead, middle of the chin, inner corner of the eyes, just around the nose and the mouth, that's all you need. You don't often need a full face of foundation to get a really lifted look to your complexion. So that's all we've done using concealer. Look at the difference already. This concealer is incredible. It is a kind of, I'd say natural to buildable. I've done 2 layers, but look at the difference already. Okay, so next up, I'm going to share with you how you can shape your brows for your eye shape and give your brows a little lift. After that, I'm going to show you how you can sculpt your cheekbones, sculpt your eyes, and give yourself the look of fuller looking lips. If that all sounds really great and you'd love to learn those tips, then they're coming up, so bear with me. Okay, next up, I'm going to use this Genius little brow pencil. It has a universal colour on one end and then a lifting end on the other. And I'm going to show you how to use both shades. Now, this shade has been designed to work on pretty much everyone, because it's kind of like a taupey browny color, and depending on how lightly or how hard you press the pencil in is going to give you like a lighter color to a deeper color. So it's just a really easy brow pencil to use for anyone that hasn't done their brows before and is scared about what shade to get. And it's designed to give you a lift. So the first thing we're going to do when you do your brows is you're always going to, this is a spoolie, but you could use an old mascara wand that you've cleaned. Always brush up your brows, okay? The reason we do that, so this brow I haven't brushed up, let me get close, and this brow I have brushed up. When you brush up your brows, you're getting to see what the actual lift potential is. So you can see already just by brushing these up, it's given this eye slightly more of a lift. You can use the tip to just gently smooth down any hairs that poke up. And then I'm going to show you a way that you can design the shape of your brows that's best for your face. And it's really easy to do. What you're going to do is you could take a pencil, you could take a spoon, anything straight and fairly thin. And you're going to say, right, okay, where should my brows start? So if you hold the pencil right to the corner of your nostril, vertically, do a little dot here, because that's where your brow should start. And then we know that's our start there. Okay, we've put a little dot there. We're going to be like, right, where should my arch be? Where do I really want to create that lift? So you're going to hold it from the corner of your nostril, diagonal through your iris. Do a little dot there. That's where my arch should be. Now, if you're just joining, you're thinking, what has she got down her face? I've drawn, not very neatly, I've drawn a line because we're going to do before and after, okay? This is alive, I'm keeping it real. And then to see where your brow should end, again, corner of the nostril, corner of the eye, dot there. Because some of us might have either over plucked our brows in the past, or we might just not have a lot of brow hair. Okay, so once you've plotted in the perfect shape for your brows, you're then going to use your pinky finger as a little stabilizer, and you're going to mimic how your hairs grow. So to do that, it's just tiny little lines like this. So let's start here. Now, most of us on our brows have gappiness here. Now, I quite like a little bit of gappiness here, because if we make that look too full, then our brows are going to look drawn on and too heavy. And personally, I like to have a little bit more of a kind of gappy, not gappy, but just lighter touch to the brows here. And then we can go slightly more heavier into the arch. Okay, because that way the brow keeps it looking natural. So use your pinky finger as your little stabilizer, and you're just going to draw tiny little hairs. Now, if you're someone that has a lot of gaps and really needs a bit more structure, then you can just draw across your brow line here to like the arch, and that's really going to help give the brow a little bit more structure. So if I just very lightly draw, like I'm feathering the line from here to the arch, this is really going to help give structure. Okay, can you see already how this is looking slightly just more defined? With your spoolie or your clean mascara wand, just blend it like that. Then we've drawn our little dot, haven't we, for where our arch is going to be. And then I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to go literally like a millimeter over where my brow hair grows, because I want to make this arch look higher. Because what that is going to do is give me that eye lift look. So once I've gone over the arch just a touch, I'm then going to bring the pencil back into my natural brow hair and go down to the end where I told you to draw the other dot. And then I'm just going to blend it all. Now, you'll have to excuse me because I don't have a mirror. I'm doing this while teaching you, so if anything doesn't look too perfect, forgive me, but I hope the tips kind of make up for the fact that I don't have a mirror and I'm doing this. In fact, let me just quickly cheat and look in a mirror now. Okay, let me just perfect this for you so then you can see how this looks. Sometimes I do need a bit of a mirror. Okay, that brow is done, but we haven't finished there, because on the other end of this brow pencil is this lovely creamy shade, which we're going to use to give ourselves a further brow lift. So to do that, using our pinky finger as our little stabilizer, we're going to draw just underneath our brow arch, just probably about 1/2 centimeter thickness of a line. Now don't worry if this looks like an obvious line, because in a minute we're going to blend it. And everything I'm showing you here, I've designed that you can use at home. If you don't have loads of brushes and you just have your fingers, I want to make makeup really easy, really accessible, show you techniques that you can use at home if you don't own loads of brushes, because that makes makeup easy, accessible, and everyone can do it. Because I know you can get all fancy brushes, but I'm being realistic. As a makeup artist, I want to serve women that wouldn't necessarily invest in loads of makeup brushes. I just want to find makeup that makes a difference, that you can use at home really easily. Okay, so there's our little brow lift. Oops. There you go. Can you see? Very subtle, but now if we compare, already I think this side is looking a little bit more lifted, but natural, because that's what we want. We don't want to look fake. We don't want to look too try hard. We want to look natural. Okay, right, next up, let's give ourselves a little bit more of an eye lift. And to do that, we're not going to use any fancy eyeshadow this time. We're going to take a bronzer that is, I'd say like it's a medium darky shade of bronzer. I don't want to go too fair on the bronzer because I want it to actually sculpt and give lift, as opposed to looking too wishy-washy. But you'll see when I apply this, this is going to really give sculpt and lift to my face. So perhaps you have a bronzer at home that you can try this technique with, or if you want to see everything that I'm using, then the links are below. Regardless, watch and learn and enjoy, because I'm going to share some great tips. So for this, we will need a makeup brush, okay? So you can use, hopefully you might have a brush like this at home. Can be any makeup brush, but even if you didn't, you could even use a Q-tip, okay? And I can show you how to do it with a Q-tip even. So we're gonna tap into the bronzer, and when you use bronzer as a way to create a really lovely lifted eye look, it will just look like it's part of your face. It won't look like you're wearing any eyeshadow, and it won't look like you're wearing bronzer on your eyes. It will just look like you've got natural definition to your eyelids. So tap in, tap off onto the empty pan, and then you're gonna like look where your eyelashes hit, okay? And this is gonna be where we're gonna apply the bronzer. So it's typically, we can feel in the kind of hollow of our eye here, in the socket. We wanna go just slightly higher than the socket. So if you were to look in the mirror and you were to see where your eyelashes hit, you're gonna go around that area there, maybe even a bit higher. Because if I go right into the socket, it's not gonna give us enough lift. So we're gonna go slightly higher. Can you see? And I'm gonna go backwards and forwards, almost like a little windscreen wiper. Backwards and forwards. And then I'm just gonna blend with my ring finger. Can you see? Looking really natural. But it's just given this slightly more lift, okay? If you wanted to, you could build up the colour a little bit more in the socket. Depends. You could even take it a little bit under. Make sure when you are blending, I don't think this needs hardly any blending, but make sure when you blend, you have a cloth that you can wipe off any excess shadow onto, and then make sure when you're blending, you're kind of blending upwards. You don't want to blend downwards, okay? You can see like I've pretty much stopped in line with the corner of my eye here. So if you blend downwards, it's gonna take your eye downwards. Okay, how easy is that? Just using bronzer. We're giving lift already. Okay, next up, I'm gonna show you how you can use this bronzer to give yourself a subtle contour. No, in fact, I'm gonna save that for later. Let's come back to the bronzer because I wanna continue with the eye lift, okay? Let's continue with the eye lift. So this time, I'm gonna show you how you can use liner to give yourself a little eye lift, especially if you have a hooded eye. Okay, now if you have a hooded eye, by the way, hooded eyes can be age-related, but we can also have a natural hooded eye, and hooded eyes are beautiful and sexy and stunning, and they're to be celebrated, okay? So let's celebrate all eyes, all eye shapes, because I think the eyes are the window of the soul, and when you smile with your eyes, there's nothing more pretty than that, is there? So I'm going to show you a colour that is called Pewter, and it's like a slate, grey, blacky blue. I don't even know, it's like a slate colour. Now, typically, people will wear like a black or brown, and I love those shades as an eyeliner. It's really classic. But I want to show you a shade that has a depth of colour, but is slightly softer, because creating that softness will make an eye lift look slightly more natural. I don't want this to be a heavy look. I kind of want this to look like a natural lifted look. So I've chosen this colour here, and if you want to see how this colour looks on different skin tones, then the link is below, and everything I've used in this makeup tutorial will be listed. So if you have a hooded eye, typically you won't have a lot of space on your lid. So if we go and put eyeliner on our lid, that's going to take up more of the space. Okay, and we want to create that to be more open. So to do that, we're going to line our upper waterline here. Now you can do that with a liner that is smudge proof, such as this one, but you still want to kind of waft it dry before you blink, because we don't want it to transfer onto the lower waterline here. So you're just going to lift your eye delicately up, wiggle it into the roots of the lashes. Now for ease, I don't tend to go right the way across. I will just focus on the outer corners because I think that makes the eye look slightly more lifted when we just define here. So just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sorry, this really ekes people out, doesn't it, when I do it? So maybe I'll look away and just look in the mirror while I do it. You'll have to apologise because I'm doing this mostly without a mirror, looking at you guys. Okay, now when I do the liner, I'm not taking the liner right into the corner because that's going to drag the eye downwards. I'm kind of finishing the liner about 1 millimetre before the very end lash. Okay, and that will just keep the eye up like that. Okay, so I've lined that upper waterline. There is no liner on the flesh here, it's all here. Can you see how it's almost looking like I'm wearing mascara? But I'm not, I've just used this really pretty liner. Then I think, well, I want to give myself a tiny little kitten kick at the end. And to do that, really easy, you're just going to use your pinky finger as your stabilizer. Sorry, I might have to look in the mirror for this. You're going to do a little dot right at the corner. And before this sets in place, because it's smudge proof, you're going to take your pinky finger, take the nail, and you're gently just going to wing that up towards the end of your brow. And this is going to create a really soft little kitten lift. I will just look in the mirror a little bit for this. You'll get to know what is good for you. I like to build that up a little bit, so I've done a few little layers. This might be too much for some people. If it is, you can always get your Q-tip and then soften it a bit and blend it. If you make a mistake, don't worry, it's only makeup. A really good tip for correcting any mistakes is get a Q-tip, get your eye cream or your facial moisturizer, dip it in, dab it off, and then you can use it as a little eraser. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the eye lift because on the end of this pewter eyeliner here, we have another little cream end here. And what this is great is if you haven't done your brows, you can still go under your arch here, but you can also just use it around your tear duct area here. And what this does, if you're someone that doesn't like to wear concealer like what I've done, perhaps you don't need it, but you still want your eyes to look open and awake, then just adding a little bit of the cream end of this eyeliner around your tear duct. Sorry, I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna actually look in the mirror. Will just give you a really nice lift and openness to your eyes. Can you see? Now, as I've applied it, I have wiped off some of my concealer. So I'm gonna just pop a little bit back. Tap in with your finger to melt it. And then I do this as I apply my makeup in the morning. I just top up sometimes too. I just put a little bit there. Top up the concealer. And the great thing with this concealer is you need a very little to get a good natural coverage. Okay, so I'm thinking this is looking natural, it's looking lifted, it doesn't look like I've got a ton of makeup on. I'm going to show you a way that you can create more of a lift in a mascara technique. Now you can use this mascara technique with the mascara that you already have at home. The mascara I'm using is a mascara that I've had in my makeup kit as a professional makeup artist for probably 10 years. Not the same mascara, by the way, but I have used this mascara for over 10 years. It is one of the best mascaras I've ever used. The reason being it's got such a thin wand. And this thin wand is great for if you have a hooded eye because it gets right to the root of the lashes. It doesn't go all over your eyes as you apply it. And I just think if we can get most of the mascara on the root of our lashes, that really gives us the look of a lift. And sometimes those big bulky ones are a bit difficult to use when you've got a hooded eye. So this is a great buildable mascara. It's a beautiful shade of black. It's quite intense, but it gives a really gorgeous look. Now what I'll show you is when you want to create a lifted look using mascara. Firstly, we're just going to pack the mascara onto the root of our lashes, and to do that you're simply going to hold the wand and you're almost going to feel the wand on the root of your lash and you're going to blink onto it. It's a really quick and easy way to get mascara on in the mornings, is to actually just blink onto it. You don't have to do anything, you just have to blink. One of my friends stayed over a few weekends ago and she was like, I dread doing my mascara. And I was like, okay dude, I'm gonna show you a way that's gonna make it easy. This is the way. Hold it, don't move it, blink onto it. It gives you the best mascara application, no clogs, so easy. And that's all we're going to do, okay? We're going to put a little layer on the lower lashes. Now wait until I show you the technique with this mascara. Well, you can do this with any mascara, by the way, but this one is one of my faves. Okay, so let's go back into the mascara magic. Hold your wand vertically. Once you've done one layer, hold your wand vertically, and then you're just going to focus applying the mascara on the middle of the lashes here, on the top lash line and the bottom lash line. And this is going to give you a more open, wide awake look, which is going to give you that beautiful lift. So anyone just joining at the moment, I'm doing half my face so you can see the difference that this makeup makes. We're not doing dramatic makeup, we're doing soft, pretty, lifted, natural look makeup, because yes, we want a lift with our makeup, but we want it to look natural. We don't want to look like we've got tons on, we want to look effortless, we want to look carefree, messy bun, t-shirt, jeans, good to go. Okay, so can you see I'm just doing it in the middle? And when I do this, it's going to make my eyes look more open and more lifted. So let's just layer up as I go. Now, whilst I do my mascara, I have to tell you, if you're loving the techniques that I'm teaching you so far, I have created a makeup course for you and it's free. Yes, you heard that. I've created a makeup course that's completely free, because I feel like with all my knowledge as a makeup artist, I want to serve you. It runs over 7 days. It's half an hour a day. You get each lesson into your inbox over 7 days. I teach you everything from brows to concealer to mascara to what oils to use on your face when you want that really youthful plump look. I teach you how to conceal bags. Just it's so good, and it's all free, and it's my gift to you. Okay, can you see? I mean, I'm layering up. You could probably do this quicker at home. It's because I'm chatting at the same time. But when you just build those middle lashes, look how much more lifted this eye is looking. Okay, can do the same on the lower lash, just in the middle, because we've created one. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look in my mirror. Apologies, everyone. I'm gonna have to cheat, because otherwise I'm gonna get it everywhere. Okay, so I'm just building up the middle lashes here, and I have smudged it a little bit. Forgive me. Sometimes it's hard teaching and looking in a camera without a mirror. Okay, but if you make a mistake with your mascara, wait for it to dry, get a Q-tip. And the Q-tips I like are the ones where it's like got a flat side and a pointy side. I love these ones, and they're all recyclable. And just dust off any mistakes you've made. Really easy. And then you might think, oh yeah, I like that. But you might also think, oh no, I'm going to go in and do a little bit more in the middles just to give it a little bit more lift. Okay, right, coming up, next up. Look, cute. Easy. Next up, I'm going to show you how you can sculpt your cheekbones. This technique I do every single day because I just feel it gives me that extra bit of a lift and a kick to my complexion without looking like I've done a massive contour look or I'm actually wearing makeup. Now, to do that, I do swear by this brush. It's on a slant. It's really lovely and fluffy. It's vegan. It's, you know, it's totally like everything that we sell on Beauty in the Boutique. It's not tested on animals, cruelty-free, all the rest of it. Okay, so this slanty brush is your best friend when it comes to creating a sculpt. You're going to take your bronzer. Again, if you want to see what I've used, the links are above or below. You can also comment and we will share with you. Tap in, tap off, because I kind of like to coat all the brush, like 360. Then I tap off because I want my brush nicely coated, but I want to apply it delicately. Now, a really good tip for when you're using brushes at home is to hold the brush. If you hold the brush at the end, it's going to give more of a delicate touch to your face. If you hold the brush nearer to the bristles, it's going to give more of a heavy touch. Okay, so I like to hold the brush at the end. It's personal touch. It's personal to you. I like to go in delicately to start with. Now, you're going to look at where you want your sculpt. Now, to make it easy for you, we're going to simply find our cheekbone, which is here. We can feel it, so feel it. It's usually around there. Find where your cheekbone starts, okay? You can hold your finger there, okay? And that can be your little template. You can take your brush. Now, don't go here and put the bronzer on. You're going to start here and go towards the center of your face. The reason we're going to do that is because we would want most the payoff of the bronzer at the corners of our face, because when you create more shadow around the corners of your face, that is what creates more of a kind of contoured, sculpted look. Okay, so hold where your cheekbone is, little template, and you'll see when I'm applying, flicking, natural. Can you see? Look. Now, how easy is that? Now, you might want to go in and think, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to blend that a little bit. So use your microfiber cloth, any cloth that you have, dust off what you've just used. You don't need loads of brushes for this, you just need one. And then just blend where you think, do you know what, I want to just soften that a little bit, make it look a little bit less contoured maybe. I quite like that. Up to you. I'm going to go in again, and this time I'm just going to apply just a touch on my cheek. I'm going to go around my jawline. When I say round my jawline, here, it's kind of like, watch the brush, there. Then I take the colour down, round here as well. And you'll see that my jawline will start looking slightly more defined. You don't really want to get the colour above here. So if you've gone over like I just have, wipe off your brush, just blend. Okay? Then, the other place I love to apply bronzer is here. This part always looks quite light. It's like a little light bulb. Let's turn the light bulb off. Bye. Blend down. Blend it all down. If you're wearing your hair up like me, you can put a little bit of bronzer on the back of your neck, put a little bit on your ears. Now, this to me is looking just a bit more sculpted, a bit more, what the youngsters say, snatched. Like, If you have a larger forehead like I do, you can put a little bit around the forehead. Remember, we have used this on the eye as well, so it's all going really lovely together. Now, does that not look natural or what? I mean, that is, we haven't even got foundation on. We've just used this. I mean, how cool is that? I'm loving it. Okay, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how you can create a really lovely, fuller looking lip. And we're even gonna enhance this cheek lift, okay? So let me teach you that next. And again, if you wanna learn all my, well, not all my makeup secrets, but my best makeup secrets, then I've made a totally free makeup course for you. It took me many months to make and it's completely free. It runs over 7 days. It's just half an hour each day. You can do it at your own time, your own pace. You can ask questions as you go along. I teach you the fundamentals of makeup in a really easy way because I feel that my job is to serve you with, I've got over nearly 25 years as a professional makeup artist and I want to share that knowledge. I want to share it for free because I feel like when we know little tips, we feel empowered, don't we? And it makes makeup fun and I think makeup should be fun. Okay, nothing to be scared of, that's for sure. So what we're going to do now is going to use another pencil. This one, a little bit like the brow pencil and the eye pencil we used, is double-ended. So we have a really pretty, natural, like pinky, with brown tones with it, which makes it look natural. And it's got a cream end here. I'm going to show you how to use that. So when you want to make your lips look fuller, if you've never lined your lips before, line your lips because you will love how it makes your lip shape look. Okay, even on a natural day, okay, and I think this makeup's looking pretty natural. Again, your pinky finger is your best friend, it is your stabilizer. Now, most people, when they go to line their lips, will start here at the cupid's bow and go down. If you do that, you're gonna make your lips look slightly more thinner than they are. But if you start at the corner, not right at the corner, like almost like 2 millimeters in from the corner, and I'm not gonna do it just yet because I wanna talk it through with you. If you hold, and then you just trace along in little feathery motions, you'll actually go along the white ridge of your lip. So you can see on my lips, I've got a lip line, but I've also got almost like a white ridge. And we all have this like kind of like just ridge on the top of our lip. And that's what we're gonna use to line. It's not gonna look fake, it's just gonna make our lips look fuller. So start at the corner. Sorry, I'm gonna need to look in a mirror. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now you'll see in a minute, it's really natural. And I'm also gonna fill like that. Can you see? Look how much fuller that side looks to that side. Now for the lower lip, again the same. Not right from the corner, like 2 millimeters in. And just fill. I'm just gonna tuck that in there. Okay, then, do you know what? I feel like what I need to do is actually maybe my whole lips, because I think having the half and half of my face for my lips is going to be a bit annoying. So let me just do that for you, because otherwise I feel like you won't get the full look. I'm not even using a mirror. Hang on, I'm going to have to use a mirror, sorry. Okay. Fill. When I say fill with the liner, it's just kind of like, you don't have to be neat, just like dab it on like that, okay? How natural, how cute is that liner? If you want to make your lips look fuller, take the cream end, dab in the middle, blend. I am going to have to take off this line here to show you. Otherwise I'm just going to look too silly. I've done this line so you can see the before and after. A little bit on the cupid's bow here to lift. Smudge it all in. Now this is like a really natural lip look. I'd actually go so far as say it's quite a no makeup look. But look how it's made my lips look. Full, pretty, but natural. And that's the secret to today's makeup facelift. We want the lift, but we want it to look natural. We want to look carefree. We want to have messy bun. We just want to look like, yeah, I'm feeling like my best self today. Okay, stay tuned. You're gonna love this next product. This is so good. It's a balm serum. It is so beautiful. Okay, wait till you see this on my lips and then on my cheeks, okay? So you could just wear the liner like this. I mean, I think it's given me a really nice full lip look, but you could also go over the top with your balm lip serum, just to add a bit of gloss. Really natural. And the best thing is this treats your lips while you wear it. So if you're someone that likes to wear a lot of lip balm, you like your lips to feel like they're being treated, this is like makeup meets skincare. It's serum for your lips. Look how gorgeous that looks. And it's further giving that fuller, lifted look. Now, take this, pop it on your cheeks. This makes cheeks look lifted, juicy, bouncy. When our skin looks sheeny and bouncy right on our cheekbones, that gives the illusion of lift, okay? So watch this. Little tiny whiskers right at the corner of your cheekbone here. So if you go to the apple, go right on the corner there, pat in, and you'll see that the serum in this lip balm, I mean, it doesn't say to do this on the lip balm. I just discovered this as like a makeup artist. When you put it on your cheeks, hello, cute. I love that. How natural. Then when I finished my makeup in the mornings, I would just go back in with the concealer and just top up. I don't know why I do that. I feel like it's almost like, I don't know, putting my socks on before my shoes or something like that. But I do find as a makeup artist as well is that if you apply thin layers to something, it just makes the makeup last longer and it perfects and it just looks airbrushed. So, what do we think? This is the makeup facelift. I think it looks really natural. You could do more for the evenings if you really wanted to. Like you could go give yourself more of a winged look. Build on that. Oh, thank you everyone that's given me little hearts and thumbs. I really appreciate that. It gives me such a boost. It's quite lonely doing a live. Oh, thank you. So look, I'm now going to intensify. So say this was like an evening look, because you might be like, you know, I don't want to do that for the day. Do what I've just shown you, but build up on it. Look, we're now going to really go to town. Let's make that winged much more wingy. We can be like, okay, yeah, let's give that a little bit of a sex kitten look. We've taken the little cutesy kitten, we've made it sex kitten. Just by applying a little bit more of this on the corner. And because this isn't a black, it isn't a brown, it's a slate grey, it's really soft, it doesn't look too heavy. You might be like, okay, I want to give myself a fake lash look because it's the evening now. You're going to take your mascara, the same one, because it's so buildable. This looks natural, but also buildable. So you can build it up. And again, just build it up in the middle of your lashes, because when you build just this section of the lash here and here, this is going to make the lashes look more, the eyes look more open and more lifted. And just keep going, And what I love about this lash mascara is that you'll see pretty quickly this can give a really full lash look. And if you're someone that struggles with mascara, remember, you don't have to do anything but hold your wand horizontally and blink onto it. Blink onto it and it does the hard work for you. Now, not all mascaras will be so easy, but because this wand is so thin, it really does make it easy. It's the perfect wand if you have a hooded eye or if you struggle with putting mascara on. And you can see the more mascara I apply, the more lifted my eye looks. So this is now an evening look. So, could it be any easier? I've pretty much used my fingers for everything apart from this amazing brush. If you want to see any of the products that I've used, perhaps you want to see it on a different skin tone, or perhaps you're like, gosh, I really want to learn about that product a little bit more, I've pretty much made a video for every single product that I've put in this tutorial, so you can really deep dive and learn how to use it if you want to own any of the stuff I've used. If not, just, you know, you can even save this video and rewatch it and use the tips with the makeup that you already own at home. I want to make makeup easy and accessible. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you want my beauty secrets, I've made you a whole makeup course. It's completely free. It will be delivered over 7 days. It's just half an hour a day. You can do it in your own time. But I teach you everything from how to cover dark circles, under eye bags, what skincare to use if you really want to kind of get a more smoother, youthful complexion, what oils to use on your face. Gosh, everything is covered in there. Skincare, makeup, everything. Thank you for watching, everyone. Send me your makeup questions. We're here to help. We're here to serve. Thank you so much. Thanks for being part of Beauty in the Boutique. Bye.